Welcome to the Wadsworth Blue Tip Parade. I'm Lucy Sondels.
And I'm Joanne Kane.
We're here to announce the events as they happen.
Okay.
Here we are. Hi.
Whoa.
Brought to you by the services of WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.
Well, Lucy, it's a nice night here on the square. We're in front of the library so that everybody will realize where the pictures they're seeing are coming from.
Right. There we have our dear police officer.
And here we have the color guard.
Right, Clarence Rook and the Wadsworth VFW Color Guard are a tradition. They've led the Blue Tip Parade as long as anyone can remember. And here is our famous Wadsworth High School Marching Band under the direction of Sam Mays. It's easy to see why we've won so many awards. Gave everyone at home a flavor of the music.
Here comes the float with the Grand Marshal. The Grand Marshal this year is Coach John Martin and the varsity basketball team. Wadsworth High School.
1994-95 basketball team has thrilled audiences as we watch their game and their rise to fame. Great group of kids. There's the cheerleaders. This float is sponsored by Old Phoenix Bank, Campbell Construction, and Chippewa Valley Bank. Here we have the Miss Wadsworth and her court, Christy Ferguson, Miss Wadsworth 1994, followed by Sunny Groves, the 1995 Miss Wadsworth. Her sponsor was Westside Gymnastics Club.
Okay, and the court includes
That's
Amanda McCanna.
Mm-hmm.
She's the first runner-up. She's sponsored by Bunny Dennison of Realty One, and there we have Anne Marie Lance, second runner-up, sponsored by Dr. Michael Boyer. They're going by here pretty fast.
Main attraction sponsor.
Here's Julianne Porchowski, Miss Congeniality, sponsored by Dr. Bruce Manning. And Tanya Siwalish, sponsored by Stonier's Jewelry. Here's Kristen Sayer. She's sponsored by Roth's Auto Service.
And in that car is Mayor Hannah and his lovely wife, Josie, and are joined by their entire family. It's hard to believe that Josie is a grandmother of 6.
Okay, and in this car here we have the Sun Citizen of the Year, Sandy Solero. Every year the Sun newspapers select a person who's volunteered their time and talents to enhance the quality of life in our community as their Sun Citizen of the Year, and this year they were very wise in selecting Sandy Solero as that person. She's been a school board member for 20 years, and she has established a fund using her school board salary to supply needy children of Wadsworth with shoes, coats, and school supplies.
There's Sandy.
She's currently co-chairman of the OJ Work Renovation Committee and has helped to raise over $500,000 toward the goal of $1 million to renovate the auditorium. We're so lucky here in Wadsworth to have somebody like Sandy. We all thank her for her hard work.
There we have some parade watchers and family. Looks like he doesn't have any room in his mouth for any candy, does he? I think he doesn't want any right yet. And a little shy he is. Because of our location, we are not able to show the lighting of the Blue Tip match, which is a tradition, but we know that's happening right now. But lucky for us, the Wadsworth Drama Club is coming. Members of the Wadsworth Drama Club have entertained all the citizens of Wadsworth throughout this year and have donated all of the proceeds to the OJ Work renovation. You can see some of the variety of plays represented here. The Indian for Peter Pan, Granny and the Hood, their children's production that I believe took place in April. One of the choreographers of the drama club is Patty Haskins, who is passing out candy. She has the word Jet on the back of her t-shirt representing West Side Story, which was so successful, and West Side Story on the front of her t-shirt.
She's very popular right now.
That's right. She's going to recruit some drama students here.
Right now we're looking at the Chamber of Commerce float, which is coming up, and the business person of the year is Larry Flagger, and also on the float is Marge Morris, who is the citizen of the year. Every year the Wadsworth Chamber of Commerce picks two people to be citizens of the year. This float is sponsored by the good people at Huntington Bank. Marge recently retired as the manager of the Wise Thrift Shop. She was known for always lending a helping hand whenever anyone was in need. Larry is an owner of Richmond Pharmacy. He's a member of Leadership Medina and LeaderServe, and he's been a sponsor of various events throughout the community, including the Christmas Parade, Miss Wadsworth, and the Oasis Intergenerational Tutoring Program. Hats off to both of these folks.
You can see that the youngsters have brought their bags so that they can go out and get the candy as it's thrown by the generous people who participate in the parade.
It's almost better than trick or treat. You
That's
sit
right.
still and the candy comes to
That's
you.
right. That's right. You don't have to dress up. Just the people in the parade who sometimes dress up. Our director of tonight's program is Matt Neal. The camera is being run by John Madding, who is the director of the studio, WCTV, and Brian Dodge. We thank these hard-working people who bring the best in programming to us here in Wadsworth.
Yeah, we're very fortunate here. I hope folks realize that, because I talk to people in other communities who are quite surprised that we have 3 community access channels, and they're very envious that we
Absolutely.
have such an active program here in Wadsworth. That is a really pretty float.
There's Larry and Marge. Residents from Magnolia Care Center are riding on Lolly the Trolley. The residents are riding in the parade for the 6th year in a row, and for the last 2 years, they have won a trophy for their float. Some of the residents are up to 100 years old, but they all look like they love a parade.
Yes, and I think they really all enjoy being part of this. It makes it nice for them because they can be a part of it, and they're comfortable while they're doing
That's right.
it.
They're in the spirit of it, tossing candy to the kids. Probably it seems to them only a few years ago that they were kids watching parades go by in years gone past. The residents of Wadsworth Health Care Center are riding in 2 vans and a limo.
These folks have a different kind of comfort than the ones on Lolly the trolley. I don't know. I wouldn't mind being in that nice van, I don't think. Or in the limo following it.
That's right.
And following the limo is our Senator, Grace Drake, State Senator. She represents Wadsworth in the 22nd District in the Ohio Legislature. She comes to the Blue Tip every year because she enjoys the warm, friendly people here, and she loves the sausage sandwiches at the festival. Nice to see you here again, Senator Drake.
We have a nice view of the street here. Well attended as always.
I was mentioning
a fan club here.
Yeah, I was mentioning
blonde.
before that I was surprised to see that people had their chairs out so early in the
They
morning.
did.
I don't remember seeing as many chairs out as early in other years.
Well, in this year, as in other years, the weather has certainly cooperated. It threatened rain for a while, but not anymore.
Well, we were saying before that
Here's the interior of
yeah.
our mobile studio. That hand must be the hand of Matt Neal. There he is. Doesn't even know he's on.
Well, they need a little camera time. they're the behind-the-scenes folks that bring this to you, so
That's right.
you need to see
Never know
them
where that
too.
camera's going to turn up.
Well, I think we've been very fortunate. We were saying before that the parade in the time that we've been doing this has never been rained on.
That's right.
We've had rain before and rain after, but not during. So let's hope this is the same.
This is the Disabled American Veterans. They have both a men's color guard and a women's color guard. I'm glad to see that. 8-year-old Ashley Wood is the Disabled American Veterans Queen. The solemn maneuvers reminding us of how lucky we are to live in a country that's free, owing to the very great sacrifice of our veterans. The red car contains Jason Clocker, the pole vault champion from the state of Ohio. Jason recently graduated from Wadsworth High School and plans to attend the University of Virginia on a track scholarship, which is no surprise to any of us who have watched him. He had his training in gymnastics, and he is a pleasure to watch. He makes the hurdles and the pole vault look effortless. Medina County Marine Corps was behind him. Their float, of course, is dedicated to the flag raising at Iwo Jima. The 50th anniversary of the end of World War II in 1995. I think many of us have seen and remembered Iwo Jima.
Next, we have the Northeast Ohio chapter of ex-prisoners of war. Ethel Warfel of Wadsworth is in charge of the Northeast Ohio chapter of ex-prisoners of war. This select group of people served their country above and beyond the call of duty.
Every year, Dr. McAnlis pulls out one of his antique automobile clubs at Antique Automobile and gives the Grandmothers Club a thrill. Joanne, I bet you know everybody on that float.
Yeah, I do. And I always enjoy seeing all those ladies riding in that car.
Well, from one generation to the next, everybody loves McDonald's. Obviously, this is sponsored by Wadsworth McDonald's Restaurant. Ronald makes appearances at parades around the country and at Ronald McDonald House is located at various hospitals throughout the U.S.
Pam Ringer is the manager of our McDonald's here in Wadsworth.
Well, not surprising, the junior parade section begins right behind Ronald McDonald. This is where the children of Wadsworth get a chance to be in the parade. There are decorated bikes, go-karts, Cub Scouts, 4-H, Indian guides, princesses, and more.
It's always fun to see the bicycles
I know.
and see how they've decorated them.
Looney Tunes, 4-H. This is sort of do your own thing in the junior parade section.
I think they're all having a good time.
Absolutely.
Looks like they are. Okay, well, we're sort of looking at the tail end here of the truck with the Medina County Indian Guides from the YMCA. It's a father and child organization that does both winter and summer campouts and various activities throughout the year, and it's sponsored by the YMCA.
The Learning Ladder Preschool, Vicki Sussman, is returning for their second year in the parade. She's the owner and is dedicated to helping young children grow. I think we're taking a look here at the Wadsworth Youth Wrestling Group. Yep, there they are, waving and applauding. Or waving to the applause of the audience, rather. The Wadsworth Youth Wrestling Club posted a 7-0 dual meet record for the 94-95 season. Hershey Fun Track Meet for Kids. This is a reminder that on this coming Saturday, the 24th at 9 a.m., all the kids can go to Steiner's and have fun at the track meet.
Here's the Wadsworth, we are just getting a shot of them now, the Wadsworth Fantastics 4-H Club. They have 22 members ranging in age from 7 to 18 years, and Linda Hood is their leader.
This is the Wadsworth Newcomers Club. Lisa Kaler is the president. Membership is open to all who want to have fun and friendship, not just newcomers. So, join up. Their theme this year is growing friendships with newcomers. And Bob's Nursery and Greenhouse has provided the truck and the pretty flowers.
It's a
Newcomers
beautiful
provide the candy.
float.
It's a great float. We have Classics Gymnastics Academy. In the car are the National Junior Olympic and USSAIGC national qualifiers. Other members of the Classic Gymnastics Academy are seen marching and tumbling. Debbie Moeller is in charge. Imagine tumbling your way down the street. Down Broad to College.
Well, that's youthful energy that will see them through, I guess.
Something for everybody.
Wow.
A lot of talent.
I should say.
A lot of talent and energy.
Oh, that's exciting. Here's the, coming right up is the Generals 4-H Club. They have members from 5 to 18 years old with an interest in all types of animals. They also enjoy community service projects, and they love to participate in this parade.
I think their theme this year must be horses. What do you think?
I would say.
The Special Steppers are next, featuring Majorette Beth Tweedy, age 29. They feature a color guard and a banner line. They're the only marching unit in the country for physically and mentally challenged individuals. They've been together for 6 years. The Junior Parade chase truck driven by Don Imsch. He's a Rotarian whose job is to make sure all the children in the blue... Whoa, wait a minute. Who do we see here but the big purple dinosaur?
Whoa, I bet there are lots of children that are going to love to see him.
He's riding on Campbell construction truck, and I understand he's going to be at the carnival Wednesdays and Saturday from 1 o'clock till 4:30 p.m. So bring your children out to see the big purple dinosaur.
Wow. Okay, next we have Creekside Animal Clinic. This float is provided by your local pet care providers, Creekside Animal Clinic and Upkeep Pet Grooming 1 and 2.
They went all out this time.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Look at those dogs. Aren't they adorable?
Well, I think those animals are very well behaved.
Look how calm the animals are calmer than anybody along the parade route. And
They're great.
always a popular float, the Wadsworth Swinging Stars. Rosalind Howard. These swinging stars have been dancing in Wadsworth for 21 years. Members are from 10 to 80 years old. They offer lessons starting in September on Tuesday nights. So mark your calendars in advance here.
We are right now.
Have you marked your calendar for Tuesday nights in September to get a few lessons here?
I think these folks are having a wonderful time. I love their
Pink
float.
Cadillac.
They're dancing
It's
their
infectious
way.
music. Even the
Yeah.
little ones are boogieing along the parade route.
They're dancing their way down the parade route. That's fun. Okay, we're going to start seeing some great classic cars here now.
This is the first time in the parade for the Knights Car Club out of Orville, Ohio. Their leader is Bill Hummel.
And
10 classic cars.
yeah, this we're going to see some beauties here. We've got a Chevy. We've got
That's a good
what appears to be a modified Buick, I would say. Maybe not.
beautiful
Maybe it's
color
an
red.
Oldsmobile.
Now there's a classic, an Eldorado Cadillac, but I don't think you'll really see that.
That's the pink
On the
Cadillac.
street.
The big pink Cadillac. I think we'll just have to let you folks look at these and enjoy them without any commentary from us.
Actually, they don't need words. These are classics.
Okay, and here's our City of Wadsworth Electric Department. Pete Giacomo is the head of the electric distribution, and this truck is reminding us that Public Power Week is October 1st through 7th, 1995. We're very fortunate to have a good public utility here in Wadsworth. I think another reason we're the envy of many surrounding communities.
That's right. Wadsworth EMS unit, as you can see.
Okay, now we're starting
here.
The fun part of the parade. Another fun part. We happen to be sitting in the quiet zone, which is very nice. We can remember times when this was not the quiet zone. But we will be seeing some great examples of our own Wadsworth fire trucks and some from our neighboring communities. Here comes our ladder truck.
This truck could get the job done. You can just tell by looking at it.
It's a beauty.
Polished to a shine.
That's the kind of truck that makes every little boy want to grow up and be a fireman.
You're right.
Here we're looking at the Orville Fire and Rescue truck.
Actually, our studio director, John Matting, is from Orville.
I think it's always fun to see how many surrounding communities like to be part of this parade.
Absolutely. And what do you think? Do you think the Orville Fire Department needs to update a little bit?
Yeah,
Not a classic like this?
I'd say that's a classic, just kept for parade use, I would imagine. That was state of the art at one time.
It's very beautiful still.
Here we have Liverpool Fire Department, Valley City, followed by Mogador.
I bet they're just itching to pull the siren.
I'm sure they are, and I'm sure they will when they get down the parade route a little further. Here we have Granger. Oh, they have a cute mascot.
That's right.
Looks like the Tasmanian devil to me.
That's right, yeah.
Oh. Here's an old fire engine.
Is it a 1941 Seagrave?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With little Dalmatians. Everyone has a theme.
Yeah.
A dog
well,
theme this year.
What's a fire engine without a Dalmatian,
that's
even
right.
if it is a hand puppet? And here's the Granger Fire Department again. Concord Fire Department.
That woman has a camera and a half, doesn't she? Look at the size of that camera. She must like the fire trucks and the EMS vehicles as they're parading by for us.
Here's Norton Fire Department, EMS and Rescue. Followed by Sharon Township.
Every year, Joanne, we always ask, who's minding the store?
Yes.
Sharon Township. I bet they have the best view of the parade, perched upon that truck.
I bet so too.
Actually, they've been lucky enough to be receiving candy from some of the kids lining the streets or throwing it back up to them.
Next in line comes a bright yellow fire truck from Rittman. I'm always intrigued by the yellow fire vehicles. They certainly are very visible. This one is with its blinking lights. That's you couldn't miss that.
No, not at all. I wonder if there's a catalog of fire trucks.
If there isn't, we could make one up from just what's here.
That's right.
Here's another
What a beauty.
antique fire truck from Doylestown, and
a real live Dalmatian. Oh, here we are. No, we're not live Dalmatians.
and that also was state of the art at one time.
Chippewa Township Fire Department.
They just couldn't resist that, could they? They had to do it.
Fan of the fire trucks there, the little ones.
Okay, this is Bath. Yeah.
Fire department. I noticed that nobody ever throws candy our way, Joanne.
I know. Even, when we were sitting down lower, they never threw it to us.
No.
And now we're up high, and they probably couldn't reach us. Here's Lafayette Township.
And that's Brian Dodge. He is located on top of the cam van that you see driving around town. Not with Brian on it, but we might try that. Might be a new twist to taking a look at Wadsworth. Here's a classic from Lafayette Township.
Here comes another yellow truck, and this one's from Brunswick.
Wonder how many fire trucks are in this parade. We should have started to count.
Yeah.
CT ambulance, emergency medical service. Practicing her waving. I think she's got it perfect.
Yeah, I do too.
Perfected.
She can be Miss Wadsworth someday or in the pageant. Here's City of Medina, and I think they've done yellow one better. I almost call that bordering on chartreuse. Certainly is visible. Oh, I hear sirens in the background.
I know they were itching to
They just can't resist it. Here is a Wadsworth Fire Department truck.
Some lucky youngsters get to ride on that one.
Yeah. I really love to see the old equipment.
Oh, absolutely.
The next few coming up are all old equipment, and it's really fun. These even bear historic plates. And we can be sure they aren't going out to fires these days. I wonder what their top speed was. Oh.
He has a little surprise waiting. I don't know if John knows about it, and he does now. He has water that he was squirting. He got our cameraman, John. I hope John jumps back now.
Okay, this is Burbank Fire and Rescue. Squirting water, cleaning the street before in front of it.
Compliments of
That's
Burbank
fun.
Fire and Rescue.
They're going to be having their 4th annual pig roast on June 24th at 5 p.m. in the park. Here we have another truck from Medina Township.
It was a hot day for John, and now he's nice
Now
and
he's
cool.
cooled off, yeah. Here's an older piece of equipment from Medina.
Father getting a little candy for his son, playing it safe. Doesn't want him to run out, I'm sure.
And last but not least, we have a tanker from Guilford Township, Seville Fire Department.
Looks like that's the end of the fire truck section. This next float is from the AAA Auto Club. AAA is a big promoter of Disney, as you probably suspected by looking at their float. Wadsworth is having a promotion to coordinate with the Blue Tip. If you book a Disney vacation and stay at an on-site resort, you'll receive $25 off per adult. Look at that cute little pony.
Oh, I imagine all the children will really enjoy this float. It has lots of Disney characters.
The AAA is also having a Disney gift giveaway for children. So stop by and register to win.
You don't need to be a AAA member for this promotion, so you can just stop in at their offices.
Ike Cottingham dragster on a trailer. Blah. Easy for me to say. The American Legion, isn't that right? Auxiliary?
Yes. Post 170 is located on Main Street in Wadsworth.
And the red car is our County Commissioner, Pat Geisman, in a 1956 Buick convertible. It's owned and driven by Bob Schaefer of Wadsworth.
It's a beautiful car. Okay, next we are going to see a float from Trinity United Church of Christ. Riding on the float are families who are active in the church. Whoa.
They're quite generous with their candy.
Okay, next we see in this little car Commissioner Ferris Brown. He's driving himself. Well, actually, I don't think
He's
there's
driving
room.
too.
There's room for anybody else.
Two of his children, I think. Realty One.
This is a great float. Realty One manager is Frida Urbano. With Realty One, you're on your way home.
That's a beautiful float.
It
Very elaborate.
is. It's really a fun
Bags and bags of candy.
float.
Notice that only a select few get to ride. It we have our commissioner, Sarah Pavlovitz. Sarah was recently elected, as was Pat Geisman. She's walking too. Looks like her kids get to ride this time.
She looks like she's enjoying it.
Wadsworth Lions Club is celebrating its 70th anniversary this year. Colin Cranston with his vest, complete with medals. They are active in eye research, as you know. Because they were the last unit in last year's parade, they got a good spot right up front this year.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Colin's the president of the club this year.
Brittany Brown, Miss Majorette of Ohio for 1995. She comes by her talent, by way of her father, Harry Brown, a legend for his twirling and teaching abilities. Brittany is a member of the Jazz Dolls from Canton, who you're seeing here. The Jazz Dolls and Jazzettes.
Wow, this is a big group, and they're great. Some of them are so small, so young, but you can see that they're all ages. This group won the gold medal at the World Twirling Championship held in Marseille, France in April 1993. So these are internationally acclaimed twirlers.
That's right. Wow. Demonstrating their talent and abilities.
I'm sure that must have been very exciting for them, too, to compete in that World Championship.
Future majorettes coming up. But give them about 8 more years, huh? Jazzettes and Jazz Dolls. You can see why they got their name. What a doll.
I don't know if we have any idea of who this young man is in this darling little car that's battery powered. It says Wadsworth Bev on the side, maybe Wadsworth Beverage. I don't know. Looks like it would be fun to drive.
This is the Barberton VFW 1066. Past State Color Guard District Number 8 Color Guard. Denny Miller.
Next we have our county auditor, Michael Kovac, who is a Wadsworth native and a graduate of Wadsworth High School. And he's treating a lot of youngsters right here to a lot of candy.
He does a program for WCTV, so he's quite familiar with the studio. Wadsworth High School cheerleaders, coached by Debbie Lake. Their exuberance and talent helps fire the fans up at all the sports events.
Next we have the Wise Thrift Shop. The Paragon Brass Quintet, is made up of faculty from the University of Akron. They're on this float and playing for us right now. They are sponsored by Wise United. Most of you probably know that for 24 years, the thrift shop has benefited the Wadsworth schools and the community. The manager of the shop is Deborah Hoyt.
If you haven't been in the thrift shop, you haven't seen it. She has done wonders with the inside and has sales and promotions and is open on some Saturdays. So check out the thrift shop. This is a nice touch with the marching bands and the square dance music to have the brass quintet for us.
Yeah, I don't know if people can see. There's a little sign in there that says the Wise Guys.
Booming with bargains.
It's a great float. They don't even have to march. Here's the Queen of the Cider Festival from the Norton Lions Club. You know, every year the Loyal Oak Cider Festival is presented in September, and this year it'll be September 23rd and 24th. The Queen is Tracy Carneal.
Cider Festival is sponsored by the Norton's Lions Club, which this gentleman is a member.
The Lions do lots of good in all the communities they're in.
Finally, we're getting some candy up here. There's a familiar sight, the Wadsworth Public Library's bookmobile. Many stops around the community, especially in the summer months. Library loans over 50,000 books through the bookmobile and serves more than 60 school children during the year. It has 28 community stops.
This is the Wadsworth Rotary Club float. The Rotary Club is in charge of the Blue Tip Parade. This year's Rotary float was made by Jim Shannon of TJ Shannon Construction. Riding on the float are Dan Weltzine, Danny Iliano, and Walter Wenshoe.
Here we have Judge Kimbler and Dean Holman. Dean's the one with hair. Judge is the bald one.
You said that, Lucy.
I'm related to one of them, and I'm not telling you which one.
I was going to say he's your brother-in-law.
Democratic Club candidates are on a float by us. Gene Kovac, councilman of Ward 2. We missed mentioning the Wadsworth Eagles and the Ladies Auxiliary, which contribute many hours to give to the national charities and civics programs. They were before the Democratic Club candidates. There's an appreciative recipient of candy that was recently thrown. I think he's waiting for the next batch of candy.
Here comes another bookmobile.
That's right. This one is compliments of Medina County Library. As you know, Wadsworth is a school district library and not part of Medina County Library. But we welcome their bookmobile.
Here comes another twirling team, which we will see here in a minute. I think these folks are in the parade every year, and everybody always enjoys seeing them. They're the Imperial Cadets. Their feature twirler is Jessica Smith. This is a nonprofit organization sponsored by Worcester Parks and Recreation, and members of this group are ages 3 to 15 years.
With their colorful outfits, they're very easy to remember from year to year. Wadsworth's own B&L racing team, Bob and Loa Gerbrick. They race at Daytona Beach, Florida, Daytona Speedway, and they will race at Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs on July 4th. Boy, I bet it's going to be hot there.
I don't know. That's pretty high altitude. It might be cold.
Pikes Peak, I think it's over 14,000 feet. The elevation of that area.
It's hard to breathe there, too.
From Dalton, Ohio, we have the Holidays Festival Queen and her court. This festival is held every year in December and features a craft show, a Christmas flea market, and continuous entertainment. This queen was Melanie Cox.
Oh, don't these folks look like they're having a good time?
We're eating candy and they're exercising. Jazzercise is the world's largest dance and fitness program. A.J. Neely, this is her class.
Wow, they have a great routine.
Now, they range in age also, but I'm not going to give the age range here. Let it suffice to say between 15 and 25.
I was going to say
we'll
it's not from 3 up, but they certainly have a lot of energy. Oh, here comes a fun section. These are the cruisers. This includes 9 classic cars. The cruisers are from Worcester, Ohio, and these are a group of car buffs who like to get together lost in the 50s. This will be a lot of fun for a lot of people. Some of these are really customized.
Now, I never remember seeing a car that color.
Yeah, but it's a real 50s color, isn't it?
I guess. I don't remember.
Well, unfortunately, I do. And some of these cars are in original condition and really in mint condition. Gosh, they're beautiful.
Now there's the sound of the 50s. We have this drag racing and a drag racing sound.
Oh,
James Dean, right?
Yeah, some of these cars will bring some great memories to folks who were alive in that era. This pink and white Ford Sunliner that's a beautiful car.
That is a classic. Wow.
Not many cars have a horn like that anymore. That's a real old timer. What beautiful shape that's in. You see why they call the back of the car the trunk. That one has an actual trunk on the back.
A Mustang. Now, I must admit, I have ridden in a vintage Mustang, but when I rode in it, it wasn't vintage, it was new.
Oh, here come our friends, Rosie and Rascal from Ryder Dairies.
They attend over 100 parades. Can you imagine?
Oh.
Ryder Dairy salutes the Wadsworth Blue Tip Parade for their community spirit. We must be one of their 100 that they do a year.
Yes.
And we're appreciative.
They're busy. Here comes a float from Love's Country Market. This is right on the square, right off the square here in Wadsworth. Love's Country Market features products made in Ohio. You can stop in to sample cookies, breads, and trail bologna, and gift baskets are designed for any occasion. The owner of the store is Nancy Love. Oh, here's a sound from days gone by that we love to hear.
That's right, a calliope. This old-fashioned calliope is sponsored by the Wadsworth Hardware and Supply. This calliope is familiar to most of us, as it has appeared many times in our parade.
Okay, we're looking at a 1925 Chevrolet pickup, and it's followed by a 1953 Ford Club Coupe.
This is a Living Bible Museum float brought to us courtesy of the Living Bible Museum in Mansfield. It serves as a reminder of Jesus' great love for the world. The Bear and the Balloons is from Ritzman's Pharmacy. It has served Wadsworth in our area for 46 years, since 1949. They have 8 stores and are expanding. It's a small world.
It's a pretty float, isn't it?
Very colorful, just like the balloons are.
Okay, we have Wadsworth Hunt Club. You can buy raffle tickets at Chuck's Barber Shop for a Polaris 4-wheel drive ATV the Hunt Club is raffling off.
Tony Lerner must be the president here. Here's an antique from the Douglases. Harold Douglas is the original owner of this 1954 Plymouth convertible. They bought new in 1954.
It's
original
beautiful.
Car, original owner, original wife, all unrestored. Can't say that these days, can you, very much anymore?
And
more antique cars.
You've got
and a lovely lady.
1923 Model T touring car, and that's followed by a 1962 Minor.
Going back further in time to horsepower, we have Sheriff Rebar and Stephanie Miller, amongst others, riding. It's the sheriff on horseback. A favorite of the children here. Now,
notice that the people in striped pajamas follow.
I think their duty is not one I want.
Yeah.
Here's how the sheriff gets around nowadays.
Yeah, right. Those nice new modern vehicles.
Sleek, yes. I guess I'm always looking for the white cars. I'm going to have to start looking for those black cars. The sheriff's department. They serve the entire county, and as a member of leadership Medina County, I was able to ride in one with a deputy sheriff for one night.
I imagine
it was exciting. I wouldn't get out of the car
and
for anything.
enlightening experience.
That's right. We think we live in a quiet county, and we do to some extent, but it's because of these fine folks. Now, these daisies have got to remind you of one thing. The Garden Club of Wadsworth.
They're celebrating their 60th year. They've been working for 60 years to make our city more beautiful. The East Park gazebo area has been its principal concern and will continue to be. Those ladies work hard to keep our city beautiful.
Travel to traditions, to see the world, see us first. Little pun on the word see there. Travel Traditions is a full-service travel agency and Wadsworth's hometown cruise experts. Karen Mann is the manager.
They are located out on Hartman Road. So when you need to make some travel arrangements, keep them in mind.
This float represents Wadsworth area Wadsworth and Rittman area family practice. And guess what? Today is Dr. Tom Lerner's
40th birthday.
I know.
It's Dr. Lerner's 40th birthday. And when I went up High Street earlier, I saw that he had been presented with a whole yard full of pink elephants saying, Lordy, Lordy, Lerner's 40.
Oh, Lerner's 40, okay.
So that's
Everyone
real
say
fun.
happy birthday to Tom.
Happy birthday, Dr. Lerner.
Even if you're listening to this 2 weeks later, let's give it to him.
I'm sure everybody who rode up High Street today saw that birthday greeting to him. You could not miss those pink elephants.
The precision plunging marching drill team is coming up. Of course, Kathy Gary plumbing truck has to be the relief vehicle for these people. Great fun, but for a good cause.
Yes, that'll take place on Saturday, June 24th at 1 p.m. And the proceeds go to the Kidney Foundation of Medina County.
We're watching Joetta McQueen and her drill team and their very intricate maneuvers here. Cindy, Mayor Secretary, she can do about anything. Even unplunge your toilet, I bet. More antique cars. Are behind the precision plunger marching drill team. All Creatures Veterinary Clinic, Sally Markley. They are located at 8th North Main Street in Rittman, Ohio. They have that real pretty red Mustang there. I guess I shouldn't say real pretty, it's an awesome car. Is that the correct term here? The black car represents the Oklahoma City Spirit Run.
You can
Those
register.
T-shirts, yes, that you see on these people here. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You can register at the Ritzman Center to participate in the Oklahoma City Spirit Run and Walk to benefit the victims of the bombing in Oklahoma City and their families.
That's right. That'll take place in Memorial Park in the morning at 9 a.m.
July 4th.
That's right. Echoes Air. I bet this is a heating and air conditioning company.
Oh, and look at who their mascot is, the Tin Man.
And since it's not
He's
raining,
great.
he will not rust. Smith Dairy. From Orville, Ohio. This float was made by employees of the Smith Dairy. They call themselves the dairy in the country. We don't know who these lovely ladies are.
It's a pretty float.
And pretty ladies. Nice smile. Young ladies, I may add.
Well, we're having a little respite here, a little...
Oh no, everybody's watching. I
Oh,
hope not
wow.
too close.
No, and right
There he
now
is.
comes Pete Rademacher. He was the 1956 Olympic heavyweight champion, and every year he participates in this parade on his exciting one-wheeled motorcycle. He calls it the Radacycle.
Yeah.
And Rademacher in German means wheel maker, and the Radacycle surely looks like a fun machine. Pete is semi-retired and coordinates volunteer activities in over 90 golf tournaments for the American Cancer Society. And we enjoy seeing him here every year. That is certainly a unique vehicle.
That's right. The Shriners, of course. These units are from Tadmore Temple in Akron. They are one of 191 shrine temples in North America. They're noted for their bands, their calliopes, and their colorful marching units, but most of all for the 19 crippled children's hospitals and 3 burn institutions in the United States.
And I think everybody looks forward to this part of the parade every year. It's colorful, it's varied, there's music, there's all kinds of activity in this unit.
They are led by their ambassadors under the direction of Ray Steiner. And of course, the Stars and Stripes.
What a great flag. As I recall, we haven't had that particular unit in the parade before carrying that big flag.
These 4 red wheelers are the Tadmore Gojo unit. Ron Blake is the director.
Oh.
They make a little bit of noise.
They do. They're fun. And I think it's nice. These gentlemen have a lot of fun. They really seem to enjoy themselves, and what they do is certainly for a very good cause.
Well, now you may remember that song, A Bicycle Built for Two? Well, here we have a unique 16-man bicycle. They built this 17 years ago here in Akron, and they use this vehicle to attend many local parades to promote the shrine hospitals. This is under the direction of Al Fisher.
Oh, here come the blue Harley Davidsons. They're from Tadmore's Temple Guard. Their captain is Ray Hartzell, and he's the commander. He's also Tadmore's parade marshal. These 3-wheel motorcycles are all antiques, having been first put into service as police motorcycles in the early 1950s. So they are real collector's items, and I'm sure all these gentlemen are very proud of these vehicles. They're in great shape.
We're looking into a monitor here. That's why we're not actually watching what's happening in front of us. Sometimes we get carried away and are talking over something we shouldn't be.
Here come the Temple Guards from the Tadmore Temple.
I like the fact that they have grouped the Shriners units in one area so we can appreciate each and every one of them. Michelle Boyd was the chairman of the Blue Tip Parade, and her committee did a wonderful job this year.
Oh, this is a great parade. Everybody here in the area that we're in is really enjoying it. Next, we're going to be seeing the Kent Crazy Cops unit from the Shriners. Their director is R. Dale Daniels, and the bus they're driving is a 1934 Dodge. The cops attend over 20 parades each summer to promote the Shriners hospitals. So they're busy all summer long, obviously. Uh-oh.
We have an altercation going on here.
Yep. They're going to check these. They're going to check these youngsters out.
He doesn't need an all-black shirt. He's got a black and white striped one on.
Here comes another calliope. This is the hospitality unit, and this is...
This guy's shy, right? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun to hear the music of a calliope. This is an old circus calliope converted to electricity and mounted on a truck chassis to give more folks an opportunity to enjoy the old tunes. This is Eugene Rogers is the president of this unit, hospitality unit.
That truck represents the Tri-County Transportation Club of Akron, Ohio, which help orthopedic and burned children. They transport those people in need.
Here we're seeing a 1948 fire engine. It's driven by Bob Taggart. This still runs on a 1947 engine, and they only use her for parades and occasional ride around the parking lot, so it should last for a long time.
We know that the Shriners operate 19 crippled children's hospitals and 3 burn institutes. All the care is given free. I don't know if we all remember that.
Tadmore is currently sponsoring over 325 children in the area to our area hospitals.
Well, we were looking at the Acme stores. And here we have Jeff Stevenson, who is running for council at large.
And Ray Holcomb, who is...
Now, Ray's sitting down, so we can't see him,
yeah.
but Jeff's sitting on the back there.
He's in that vehicle, though.
These are the Wadsworth Republican candidates. At the gazebo, which we can't see from our location, the Shriners are giving presentations in front of the judges to be considered for voting. There's Jeff Stevenson again. So the parade sort of slows down around here, but plenty of activity.
Okay, now we will be seeing the Republican candidates who are running for council as they pass by us here.
In the red car is Marcia Lehman. There they are. And Carl Baker. Marcia from Ward 2, Carl Baker, Ward 3. That's Sharon Ray, Ward 1 council person. She's standing next to John Moss, running for auditor. Wonder if he's counting those pieces of candy. What do you think? They've got some wonderful cars here, too. And with the straw hat in the blue car, I think we'll get a close-up pretty soon, is Bill Elseth and Joe Ertl, both running for council at large. And there we go. Well, the sun's gone down, so Bill doesn't need that hat.
He was well prepared, though.
That's right. WKDD, which is a familiar station on the radios in my household. But before that, we have Clip and Tip, hair and nail salon. The WKDD mascot, I hope. I tell you, dogs. The theme this year is dogs. He must be a hound dog.
Okay, we have, I believe this is Whitlam Paints.
They've been painting up Wadsworth and area counties for 95 years. You can find paint, wallpaper, and window treatments all at discounted prices at their location on 134 Akron Road in Wadsworth. And they've stocked their truck with lots of candy, appreciated by the children here.
In the red pickup truck, we have Tim Crawfords from Summit County Council. He's the former mayor of Norton, and he's currently the president of the Summit County Council, the only charter county in Ohio. Summit County is the high point of Ohio.
Rainbow Fields Enterprises, Roger Polk, a local organization specializing in reserve games for local churches, businesses, and organizations wanting to play paintball, the fastest growing sport in the 90s. Have you ever played that?
No, I haven't. I've seen it.
I've seen it done, huh?
I've never actually seen it in live. I've seen examples of it on TV shows.
Mm-hmm. I'm too slow. I'd be the best target ever.
Coming up here, we have the Conquistadors. This drum corps has performed and competed in many local parades. This is their 4th appearance in the Blue Tip Parade. Their leader's Thomas Conti. They're from Norton. They sound great, I think. This is a you'll see it again, I think, a 1957 Ford Skyliner retractable convertible. That was a very interesting car. And it's followed up here by a 1956 Buick Special. The owner is John Colsar, and the driver is Chuck Colsar. This is Magic City Body Repair.
Here we have a 1955 Hudson Hornet. That is beautiful.
That is.
A V8 custom classic car, pink and white. It has power windows. Ha! That's great.
Power windows and brakes, and that was from 1955. That must have been very innovative. You're looking at a 1964 Galaxy convertible. This is won over 70 awards. It's owned by Don and Lana Hawkins. It's been featured in the Canton Football Hall of Fame parades. And
there's a birthday cake for Sky Park.
wow.
It's celebrating its 30th birthday as a flying community.
And a very unique community it is. That's
Right. Those large garages are for those airplanes, too. Kovac Realtors float. Quite impressive. Cinderella and her prince. On the float are walking, in quotes, beside her horse-drawn carriage, complete with driver and coachman, sponsored by Kovac Realtors. Shelley Hallam is Cinderella, and Logan, Rick, and Jake are the coachman and driver. Kovac Realtors is locally owned and operated by Darlene Kovacs and Michelle Boyd.
Okay, here we have the WCTV cam cart.
We
being
know these
driven.
people. We love these people. See yourself, see your friends. And this parade will be broadcast, as you know, as you're watching, 8 p.m. on Channel 36. IKV, the
Here-
Star Trek fan club.
Yes, there are Klingons
That's
marching down Broad Street.
They're in full battle here, but I hope they're peaceful.
Not always.
Not always,
Klingons,
you're
I don't
right.
think are the good guys. I'm not sure.
They're not. In this parade, they're the good guys, though. TCBY, one of my favorite spots, too.
The country's
Branham.
best yogurt. They're located up in the Great Oaks area.
Here we have Smythe Kramer Realty. Their office was opened in 1989 and serves the marketing areas including Norton and Doylestown. Smythe Kramer and a Klingon.
The
Maybe he's,
Wadsworth Fraternal Order of Police and Smythe Kramer will have a booth for Child ID Day. That's going to be at Memorial Park from 11 to 3 on Saturday. And Patrolman Jim Wilcox and Smythe Kramer agents will conduct the service. And that's a very valuable service
Absolutely.
for people with young children. I hope everybody will take advantage of that service. Saturday from 11 to 3 at Memorial Park.
We're looking at some ambulances courtesy of Cox Ambulance Service. Crystal Cox. Well, that's a Smythe Kramer candy thrower.
Well, we're going to see those ambulances very shortly here. This is Wadsworth's newest 24-hour paramedic service. It's emergency and non-emergency service. And they also have wheelchair service.
The children here enjoying the very generous candy throwing by Cox Ambulance Service. Barberton Home Medical Supplies has a truck following them. They service area home medical needs, such as oxygen hospital beds and wheelchairs. A very vital service for those people who would like to stay at home. More healing atmosphere at home, I'm sure, and to cut medical costs, as we all are trying to do.
I'm sure this next float will be quite awesome to small children. It's sponsored by the Brown Derby. It's the Brown Derby steer. And this is the famous Brown Derby Roadhouse steer.
I've seen that face before. Last year's parade.
They feature wood-fired steaks and spirits.
That wasn't candy. Benjamin Moore truck represents Paint and Paper, owner David Marshall. They've been providing Wadsworth with paint, paper, wallpaper, blinds for 2 years, and they're located at Great Oaks Plaza.
I'm sure everybody can hear in the background the drums of the Cadettes. This group has been in this parade every year that I can remember. They wear gold and white uniforms, and they're now in their 37th marching season. They have a long history of performances and travels throughout the United States, Alaska, Hawaii, Mideast, Europe, the former Soviet Union, South America, and Caribbean. This summer, they're going to take part in the Salute to America in Atlanta, Georgia on the 4th of July. They're directed by Ramona Sisler and managed by Margaret and Jean Lindsay. As they pass and review, they say thank you for the privilege of performing for you. And we thank them for being here. It's a great group. And it's easy to see why they have been asked to perform in international events.
We can still hear the drums of the Cadettes, but we're looking at the Main Street Comics, Tom Osterman, in the little blue car with the hatchback up, followed by Valley View Towing. I hope I don't have to see them this year, but if you do, they're a welcome sight. We have a lot of pink cars in the parade. Bittner Auto Sales from Akron, Ohio. Oh, here we have a Hillary Powers, Miss North American Scholastic Pageant winner. Miss Ohio Ambassador, Hillary Powers. Beautiful dress. It's actually green. I don't know how it's coming out on the monitor blue. Maybe it's coming home blue, but it really is green.
These are authentic Indian costumes. I think we'll be getting a better shot of them in a minute.
There we are.
They're being worn by Bill Hilton and Larry Latham.
Wadsworth Moose Lodge is represented by that float there. Mike Humble. The Salvation Army Canteen, Captain Blanchard. They serve meals the last part of every month. A welcome service to Wadsworth. National Association of Letter Carriers, Jack Hobensack. This time these letter carriers are not passing out bills, but something a lot sweeter. I wish they'd leave a few pieces of candy in my mailbox and take those bills with them.
I noticed that driving the truck is the postmaster.
That's right.
He's not walking, he's the driver.
Wadsworth Tire Service.
We'll be having a new postal building opening up here pretty soon.
Aerodynamics Aircraft Service and Repair from Sky Park Airport. Wow. That's what it looks like. That's the bones, right, of the airplane. Is that how you say that?
Guess.
I guess I'm not that technical. Styx Valley Farms.
Styx Valley Farms is a family operation involved with horses and polyvinyl fences and decks. Teresa Winter is 89 years old, and Harry Winter is 92 years old, and they are riding in their the vehicle of the River Styx or Styx Valley Farm. Nancy Badillion is the owner.
The Robert Raw family also had horses, 70 years of ponies and horses, and 28 years of grandchildren.
Well, now we're seeing something that probably hasn't been seen for a long time. It's a horse-drawn hearse. And the Cox Rossbert Funeral Home is the sponsor of that unit. Well, they're our new funeral home in Wadsworth.
Is that Carol's rabbit habit? No, that's not. But it's a cute little vehicle with a little horse driving. Or pulling. Maybe that was Matt Schukert, pony and cart from Rittman, Ohio. I guess we don't know our antique cars and our horses, do we?
No, but this is a familiar sight, and it's one we know. It's the Old Phoenix Stagecoach. We see this year after year. It's a great parade favorite. Old Phoenix is now First Merit, and they have 3 locations right here in Wadsworth, which is what happens when all these banks merge and become one.
Wonder how many banks have the name First and why.
Now we're going to be seeing some vehicles from our fire department and EMS.
I think the parade is winding down. Another perfect parade here in Wadsworth. It threatened rain, but didn't.
It's been a wonderful parade, I think.
Lots of candy, lots of smiling faces.
I will say that as the parade winds down, comes to an end, it's really quite dark here, and that's because we're under a cloudy sky, but once again we got through a parade with no rain, and we're thankful for that. It's been a great parade. And I think we should say thank you to all the people who volunteer their time and effort to put this parade together, because it really does take a lot of work to organize both the parade and the Blue Tip Festival.
The
and now
traditional the street sweeper.
Yeah. Well, that's a very necessary piece of equipment after everything that's gone by us. And don't forget to go down to Memorial Park, to the carnival, and enjoy the evening. And we'll see you all next year.
Go down to Memorial Park from now through Saturday. Join the rides, see your friends, have some eats and treats. Thanks to all at WCTV.